Guitar playing to me is everything. Ever since I picked up a guitar when I was a kid, I didn't know it would take me where I've got to go or where I've been able to play or even get to do as many albums as I've got to do, but I knew when I was a kid picking up a guitar was what I wanted to do the rest of my life. Music, it's always inspired me, and having the guitar to be able to get my artistic ideas out has kind of been like the best thing for me. So yeah, it's everything to me.
Guitar playing, it's kind of like a therapy, you know? You can go and like not think about things for a while and just feel. It's pretty cool. It's also like you gotta like pick it up, and then like you kind of move this hand like this, and then this hand like this a little bit, and it makes some noise. It could be some bad noise, it could be some good noise, but that's technically guitar playing.
Yeah,
It is,
yeah. That is what it is to you.
Yeah. Well, technically that is what it is just to everybody.
Yeah, in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, my parents were really into music. My dad was super into like ZZ Top and Eric Clapton, and he would always play like live concerts on the TV, and I was always really into them. And then as I grew up and got a little bit older, I had a lot of energy, and I think my parents decided that I needed some extracurricular activities in my life besides, you know, just going to school. So I think my mom suggested that I play saxophone or take some saxophone lessons. And I had been watching all these, you know, AC/DC videos when I was playing, and I told her, no, I want to play guitar.
When I first started playing guitar, I never had lessons, so it was kind of just, even if it sounded bad to me, it still sounded good. You know, I was like, whatever. But then people around me were like, you suck. And I was like, holy crap. You know, maybe playing Enter Sandman for the first 6 months of my, you know, learning guitar wasn't good because it wasn't Enter Sandman. It was kind of like it, but to me it sounded like it. So
Your own version of it.
Yeah, it was an Enter Sandman for sure. Exit Sandman.
I took guitar lessons and played in like the school band. I played in jazz band when I was in middle school. And then by the time I was in high school, I started smoking weed and playing rock music with my friends.
Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah, I didn't even know half that stuff.
And that's sort of my musical journey, yeah.
That's good, yeah. I didn't really start writing my own music till I became in a band in high school. And then that's when, you know, you get together with your friends and kind of just bounce back ideas. And, you know, you have to suck, I feel like, at first. If you don't suck at music and you're just Michael Jordan right away, that's
weird.
Yeah, it's like, that doesn't work. So to look back and think about how the progression has came now to how we write songs it's crazy to me. It's beautiful because it's the growth, you know, you have to have that sort of growth. I believe I started playing Ernie Ball strings when I first started playing guitar. It's like what everyone played on the back of the packs were all my favorite artists. I wanted to be like them. We play 11 through 56.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe it sounds better with heavier music, just having longer, thicker strings. It sounds like a chainsaw cutting through, but yeah. And we play pretty hard too, so it's better to have thicker gauges because they take a beating every night.
people my age started, writing more heavy music with screaming, and that scene of music where I lived in the Bay Area got really popular, and all my friends were writing breakdowns and screaming, and that's just what everyone was doing at that time. And I came from a more classic rock, kind of metal, like sort of background, but I was totally down for it. My first show I ever went to was like one of those shows. I think it was like who was it? Like Job for a Cowboy or something like that. Elijah.
I started with pop punk, went to a lot of Blink shows, MXPX, and going to a lot of concerts at Showcase and the Glass House. Whatever was playing there, I would just go. And then the screamo, emo movement happened in the early 2000s, and going to concerts is what really forced me to want to write music like that, because the energy of the crowds, like I was in the crowd going crazy for that stuff. Like definitely being in the scene and going to those concerts affected me to want to write music like that.
That kind of music where people were screaming and playing breakdowns, like you and basically anybody in your garage could go and play open note breakdowns and someone could scream. So it was like that style of music was like all my friends were doing it because anyone could do it. You just play the open notes and the drummer's playing the breakdown and then some guy's screaming some stuff, and like that's what everyone sounded like for a while, you know what I'm saying?
When you're first in that upbringing of the band, the first couple tours, and you're playing, like you said, the VFWs, the Chains, the little small rooms here and there, you're hitting Bakersfield up more than you want to. There's an appreciation aspect of going through all that for 3-4 years and then getting on the Warped Tours and doing the small stages and getting your first bus and doing all those things and playing your first arena, whatever it is. First big festival, there's definitely an appreciation, pat on the back value.
Everyone's got a different story. Everyone's band is going to do different things. And if you're already worried about, we got to play these size shows or we got to play those size shows or this or that, you're already missing the point already. You gotta love playing music. And if you're not in that situation where you love playing music with whoever's in your band, no matter where you are, no matter what the fuck you're doing, whether you're on tour with Linkin Park or whether you're Foo Fighters playing a bar somewhere up in Sherman Oaks, because they still fucking do that. And they have a blast. They're having fun. They pour drinks on people and stuff. Like, it's more about the love and the appreciation for playing the music. The stage can be wherever. The stage can be your fucking living room. This happens with us with every record, I feel like we're in a little bit different state of mind with what we are doing musically or what we're thinking our objectives are in the touring world or stuff like that. So I think it changes time to time. I think that we're just learning to be ourselves more than ever, and that might sound super cliche, but I will 100% say that, yeah, you think about things like record label and, radio play and can this song do this or can that song do this? And there's all these people that are concerned about it that you work with that, you definitely think about stuff like that. And in the past, we have made a conscious effort to be like, hey, let's write some songs that are, maybe more radio friendly or, hey, let's write some songs that are this or that are like that. So there's always stuff like that. But I feel like we've definitely done enough records now to where we're kind of we know what we want to play and play live, and we already know everything that anyone else can tell us about, whatever the radio world, or the songs need to be that way, or you need to sound heavier like this. And I think we're just at the point where we're just like whatever, we're just gonna do.
We had our experimental album, I feel like, where we felt like we had to write songs dedicated for a certain thing. And that was an album where I feel, where we kind of got lost in that situation of kind of trying to mess with the world that we wanted to try to see if we could fit in, but then once we tried on that world, and we, you know, saw how that album kind of turned out. Our last album, we had to be ourselves. We had to try to write music that, you know, that inspired us to want to write music. We wrote music for whatever radio stuff and did that kind of stuff, and we found out that that's not our identity. You know, if our songs do work for that, that's cool. But if not, you know, we know that we're writing these songs because, you know, it makes us feel, you know, like us, which is, I think, the best part of writing music, is writing the songs for yourselves and, you know, praying that, you know, people like it. Like, I hope they like it as much as we do, because we're about it. So hopefully, you know, we meet halfway, and that's just how I always feel with whenever we release an album.
I also think we're at the point now where we each know how to bring our own ideas to light more than we have in the past, whereas in the past we might have scatters of ideas of songs, and it would take a producer to be like, okay, I think it should be like this. And I think now we're at a point where we're like, here's a song. Here's a song, this is how it goes. We know this, let's go, let's record it. Like, it definitely makes you feel a little bit more confident about, you know, your music.
Skill,
and it translates when you play it live too. I do not think I am good at guitar. We've toured and have friends, and you know what I'm saying, and it's like we've met all these crazy guitar dudes.
I definitely back that.
And it just makes me feel like I fucking suck. But I know I don't suck, you know, I'm decent, so.
I've learned, knowing the people in the realm of guitars, you know, the shredder dudes, and it's not how many notes you play, it's how you play them.
Totally.
I would love to play like a 200 note run. I would love that. But I'm a chill dude, so I'd rather play 5 that sound dope. I try not to like focus on that sort of realm.
I love all of that stuff.
I love hearing the shredding stuff, because it's beautiful. It's when, you know, when it's done correctly, but it's not beautiful when I do it.
No.
As such a big fan of music, I always just want more. You know, from whatever artist I'm listening to, whenever I hear an album that I really love, I'm like, I always want more. Like, why doesn't this artist always release more songs? You know, our band is lucky enough to have some fans that always want music from us, or would like to hear music from us, which is a blessing, because you'd never, ever think that would ever happen. Well, me, you know, it's really nice that we have some fans, maybe 1 or 2. But getting up on stage and getting to be able to come to a studio for our, you know, 5, 6 albums, I guess I would never expected that, you know, that would keep happening. But music is a wild ride, you know, it's such a beautiful thing, and we're so lucky to be able to express ourselves via music, and especially in today's age where it's just like this overwhelming amount of music, of mainstream stuff coming out, and getting to be yourself on your own albums is like such a freedom.
It's just what I do. Since I figured out how to like write and record music, it's just what I do. I wake up and I get bored, and then I do that. So I did it before I was in the band, and I love doing it with like, it's just what I do, and then you know, I still do it. So it's like, I feel like I would still do it even if there wasn't, you know, a career, like even if I wasn't in the band, even if no one gave a shit, I feel like I still would be trying to do that, or doing that, you know, every day. So for me, it's just something that I just do. It doesn't really stop.
It's just what he does every day, all day.
Well, sometimes I play just video games all day.
Yeah, but then it stops halfway.
I don't know, I just love writing music. It's fun. Check. Let's see, it all started when I was about 5, and I just realized I was destined for greatness. I thought to myself, one day
I'll be Alan.
I'll be me.